It all started in the mid-'70s. I auditioned and got this gig with Flora Purim and Ayrto's band. And I had to take a couple of solos. And at that point, I was fairly inexperienced with soloing. And so I was basically getting my ass kicked night after night to really come up with, you know, in an improvisational fashion with really nice, expressive solos. And I knew in my head what I was going for, but I needed to work on getting all the facility to do that. And fortunately in that band there was a wonderful soloist, a trombonist named Raul de Souza, and he kind of took me under his wing and he gave me some advice about soloing which I'll always remember, and that was, you know, phrasing, very important. You know, spaces are as important as putting notes there, you know, so having a conversation. And that kind of led to, you know, once I got together with Jocko, a few years later, he added to that by talking to me about singing and playing. And that really helped a lot with phrasing and, you know, creating what might be called sentences, and henceforth creating paragraphs and some sort of a comprehensive solo, having a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so that's the goal. I can't say I accomplished that every time out, but that's what I set out to do, for better or for worse. And it's an ongoing study, and I have good days and I have bad days. So I'm always just trying to, whenever I can, sit down and work for an hour or two on. That's mainly what I do now. I've spent thousands of hours working on playing scales and melodic patterns. So these days, now that I'm 64 years old and I've been playing the instrument for 50 years, my main focus when I study or practice is to improvise. You know, use a progression, even if it's one interesting chord change, you know, maybe going to the 4 chord, just anything like that in my head to use as a template to experiment with improvisational ideas. So it never ends, and that's the primary goal at this point, is to improve my playing as a soloist, because I think I have a good handle on time, which I think I always had a pretty good sense of time, even when I first started playing bass at 13 years old. That was never really a problem for me. And then finding some good notes to create a groove, or, you know, some kind of supportive patterns, that's never really been a problem, although it's grown. I've gotten a lot more ideas over the 50 years about that, so that feels pretty secure. So right now my focus is to expand on improvisation, improvisational ideas, you know, study more harmony, and that's what I'm doing now.